national ranking and representing the Canadians here in this event.
Now at the starting line, we have event number 10, Men's Collegiate Varsity Invitational, Heat A. Lane 1, California. Lane 2, Gonzaga University. Lane 3, University of British Columbia. These three crews are racing for their lane assignments for tomorrow's final. All three crews are in the starting blocks. We're about a minute away from the start. Once again, still very fair conditions with a cross tailwind coming from the starboard side of the crews. A little tricky for the coxswains. They've got to point their bows to starboard to offset for it. We have alignment. The sign is up, so we're waiting for the official start time and the race to begin.
UC Berkeley.
Crews are now being polled.
University of British Columbia.
We should see some smoke on the water here. This is going to be fast.
Go.
And there's the start. Event number 10, Men's Collegiate Varsity Invitational, Heat A. California Golden Bears in lane 1. The Zags in lane 2 from Gonzaga University. The Thunderbirds from University of British Columbia. Very clean releases. It's great to watch varsity crews at their best. And as we approach the 250-meter mark, lane 1, your race leader, University of California. Second position going to UBC. Third spot to Gonzaga. 250 gone. We take a stroke check here on the Golden Bears in lane 1. Still at 39 as they make their shift. So once again, as we come up to the 500-meter mark, your race leader in lane 1 is California. Second position goes to UBC, which is in lane 3, and then Gonzaga in lane 2 is in that third position. Open water now is what the Golden Bears have placed on UBC. There's still overlap between UBC and Gonzaga in lane 2. So that's it, 500 meters, California your race leader, UBC in second, Gonzaga in third.
Men's Collegiate Varsity Invitation, this is the first heat, and Cal is on the lead, and they have actually opened up some distance between themselves and the second place crew, University of British Columbia in lane number 3, and in lane number 2 it is Gonzaga with our leader California in lane number 1.
California comes in as the highest ranked crew. In 2013 they're ranked number 3 in the country. University of British Columbia is, well, it's a club program. It is a center of excellence for the Canadian national team development. So even if they are not on the national team, they are training alongside of them. So they are representing Canada's rowing tradition here. And Gonzaga University from the upper northwest, the high desert, they are ranked number 19, which is pretty darn good for a school that small, just small Jesuit college in Spokane, Washington. They have a proud tradition of rowing there and have represented very well at the IRAs.
Well, doing well in rowing, but they broke the daylights out of my bracket for the basketball, but we won't go into that. It is Cal on the lead with UBC and Gonzaga. 3 crews on the water. Cal is in lane number 1, Gonzaga in lane 2, and British Columbia is in lane 3, and California has led open water almost from the get-go.
You know, this is one of the premier events at the San Diego Crew Classic. The Crew Classic has been going for 40 years. This is its 40th anniversary. And the Copley Cup has been the premier event for all of those regattas, along with the Jessup Whittier Cup on the women's side. This regatta has expanded from a 1.5-day event to this 2-day extravaganza, but the Copley Cup and the Jessup Whittier have have been there constantly as the flagship of American rowing.
They certainly have, and this is one of the finer regattas in the United States, and we say that based on the fact that we have excellent and outstanding volunteers that are so deeply involved in what goes on here, that it is an absolute pleasure to be here every year and have all of these fine and wonderful people volunteering to put this on. California continues to lead. They're bumping it at 32 strokes right now and are very, very mellowed out. They are having no challenge whatsoever at the moment. University of British Columbia is in second spot. They have some open water over Gonzaga, and none of the crews are really breaking a huge sweat here as they're clocking along in the area of 32 to 36 strokes, 32 being California. On the shoreline side, the University of British Columbia has decided to kick it up just a little bit to see if they can make a run here at the last. They have run it up to 36 with Gonzaga trailing.
Yeah, I suspect that British Columbia, again coming from the upper northwest, is looking for an opportunity to stretch out and see how they're going to do in the final tomorrow. So I think both Gonzaga and UBC are putting a full effort in here so that their crew is ready for tomorrow's grand final.
Well, a lot of different racing strategies as they come through these preliminary heats. And some of it has to do with a certain amount of sandbagging, which doesn't appear to be necessary in this particular situation. This is California moving along smoothly and comfortably, probably about a 3 boat length of open water lead over their nearest challenger, University of British Columbia, on the outside. And along the center of our race course in lane number 2 is Gonzaga. This is the race number 10, the Men's Collegiate Varsity Invitational, and it is the preliminary round of the Copley Cup. Cal finishes, crosses the finish line there. Unofficially, of course, we mentioned results. crewclassic.org/results and at twitter.crewclassic.org. Folks, don't forget to check out all the great items at the vendors' booths over the weekend, including Concept 2, Patagonia, Hudson, So Sporty, and much, much more. You're invited to wander through the vendor area and see what might, no pun intended, float your boat.
Swallow the wind through my nose, feel the sand beneath my toes as I walk along the